Okay, look, I know it hasn't really been longer than a week until I posted a virtual world tech profile of all things, but I have some redeeming to do. So, last week I uploaded a virtual world tech profile and it was a little bit in front of Dawn of Majesty, and a lot of people didn't like it. So, I really wanted to make a quick follow up on the things that I kind of learned with the deck because it was really one of my first drafts. So, I am back with a second draft. Which is just way better for the format, which is just something that I really, really like more. I adjusted quite a bit in the side deck, especially as well. And one extra deck card change. It's not a whole bunch of different from last week's deck profile, but I do really, really like this list more, so I did really wanted to share that with you guys and see if I did better. Smile. All right, let's go into the deck profile. All right, so some things didn't really change, but I did wanted to talk about a couple of things. So we have the Lulus, of course, GG's, the Lalos, the Lilies, the Yan Yan. I see some people play the Tutu. Um, Me and the test group, we just have never really used that card, and we are probably just not really going to because I don't feel the need to play that card as well. Um, I usually open pretty good with this deck, not going to lie, so my consistency issues are not the worst. So I really do not need that other name. This is the only card I'm still doubting about. I'm really not sure if I really like Bell or not this format. This can maybe be another hand trap up to your preference. That's just broken. And Gamma left the deck completely. I felt like no one was playing into it. It was only really good going second, and going first it was just a very bad hand trap. So I'm very happy that I finally got the card. If there was one thing that I worked on, it honestly was just the driver and the Gamma. So I'm really happy that they are just out of the deck. We still play this. We still play this. All right, I did finally got the third copy of the collector's rare Pot of Desire, so we are finally playing three. No more BS there, just the most consistent. And something that here might be surprising is Triple Cosmic Cyclone. I really like this card in the main deck. This is a little bit of a slower and a control meta. So I really just like to play this in the main deck nowadays. I've been testing it in a couple of decks, and in this deck it works as well. One Chamdodakova, Triple Imperm, Chuche, Sanu, and Steel Order. Alright, so a lot of you people were saying you are choosing to neglect consistency, you're choosing to brick more. First of all, I'm not gonna play Pot of Prosperity in any deck ever. I fucking hate that card. It makes no sense. Every card in this extra deck, every single card comes up. It's just true. You need every single one of them. You need that flexibility. There are some grindier games that you go the entire length. There are some games where you need just win turn one, but mostly what I have been seeing are the grinding games where I go second. And Prosperity just really neglects all like the extra deck. It's just a giant, you know. I know people say you can shuffle it back with Yan Yan once per turn. Come on, bro, that's not gonna be good enough for me. I really need those cards. So I do only play the triple desires. Only way that's really ever bad is if you banish like your one of Xanwu or a double Chuche, or maybe if you don't really have control or continuous spell traps in your deck anymore. But so far, it has been working really, really good. Especially the third was a great ad, and I probably should have been playing that all along. But you know what it is. As for Foolish Burial Goods is just a very hard neg one. That is just the truth. And Goods is just a neg one. If you Goods, yes, you can search any card in your deck, but it really doesn't help you unbrick that often. And I know that some people swear by it, but I just choose not to play it. I really would like to go to the more control state of the game. There are games that you brick, of course, and I do not feel like I need to jump the lengths to fix that issue that much because honestly, the amount of times I bricked are pretty slim. So yeah, I can see that if you brick every hand with this, you might want to play some additional control cards or some additional consistency cards. I just personally do not feel the need to do that at all. Extra deck still the same. Charge, Coral, Juju, Shen Shen, Vermilion. Stellar Winds Bolt Riot, which is a brand new card from Bundle Majesty. I really like this card. It's not really that crude. I think you should have it in. This is a good card versus stuff like Rogue or like weird combo decks. It really comes up. And with some specific hands, this card can come up very early in the combo. But of course, summoning this lessens your protection, so that's maybe not the best. So this is more for like local, etc., or for like the early rounds of a YCS. But I would not feel like this card is gonna be summoned in the late game of the YCS. Crystal Tzolk'in, no Muddy Mud Dragon. Muddy Mud Dragon is just like you summon a Kaliga, and then in your next turn you have to out the Kaliga. Well, ending on Chuche plus Tzolk'in is already more than enough. So I really do not see the reason to play that. Dragoon is just the same story. It's just more extending. That's not necessary. I would rather end on Crystal Wing Ptolemy than Crystal Wing and a Dragoon and a Chuche or a Shen Chen, of course. Still Breaksword. I love Breaksword. Still Gossip. This is a card that some has been cutting. I really still like this card. Ptolemy, Gaia, Fan, Beyond, and a Zeus. And that is it. That's 15 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Exactly, yeah. Alright. Still, these are just the cards that I would play. There's really nothing else. We have been looking at the rank 6, but it's kind of the one that Foolish Burials, or the one that summons back from grave. So you make Beatrice and that thing, and then in the standby phase you Monster Reborn one. But that's just not really good. It's really kind of difficult to make like multiple level 6s in a turn without like investing an insane amount, which we don't want to do. So what I personally have found is that I think that Drytron needs to be a little bit more respected this format. So I played this kind of counter that combined with the hand traps in the main deck, which is also kind of why I still play the Bell. Drytron is a deck that I still have a lot of at locals, so I kind of do need to respect it a lot. So I feel like the hand traps in the main plus this is enough to deal with that. Then the one-off Bankratops, of course. And this is a card that I've been testing. I've been really liking this card as well. This is something that can come in against something like what is domestic of the format? Tribegate. So you can chalice the Appaloosa if that's a problem. You can chalice the summon Shurake after it's been summoned with Revolt. This card is super flexible, also like other stuff. It's really good just going second, just negating anything. It's really impactful. Then the one-off Red Reboots, then the one-off Cluster. And for the spice of the video, this is a card that I've been seeing pop up in deck lists a little bit, which is Night Beam. Target one spell trap card your opponent controls, destroy that target. Your opponent cannot activate a targeted card in response to this card's activation. Now this is good versus something like one Revolt set, or if you know that like Order or something, you can just snipe the one-off card and it's just dead. There cannot be chain to, which is insane. Your opponent can chain around it because the set card cannot be chained to this card. You can chain something else and then chain the set card. But this is just a snipe of early things. I mean the Cyclone, but I did like the extra flexibility of having more cards in the deck to destroy cards. This is not chainable, but it's still, I think, very good. Yeah, this is my redemption deck profile for the virtual deck. Let me know if you like the deck, and yeah, complain about it being inconsistent, but that's just level 6 deck. I still really like this deck. I'm still gonna play it for a long while. I think this is pretty ban list safe too, and yeah, I really like it. So thank you guys all so much for your input. We do work with that here on this channel. So yeah, if you have any comments about this deck, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.